right. Are you ready? I'm ready. Are you ready? What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with another Cleveland Guardians series recap, series preview live stream. As the Guardians started their post trade deadline schedule with essentially the same team that they had going into the deadline, minus Paul Sewald and Shane Bieber, because those are the only two players that left. Stephen Kwan's still here. Uh, Obviously, Jerry Ram is still here. Santana, Jacob Junis. Yeah, you get the idea, right? Guardians weren't really active at all. Kind of thought they'd do a little both buy and sell, but they decided. And our first series came up against a team that took fire sale to a whole new level. That, of course, is the Minnesota / St. Paul Twins. And I'm calling them that because you look at their roster, aside from 2 or 3 players, they're pretty much like us. The team is hockey, so it's less be carried by guys facing this percent when he gets back and allow him to fix issues actually to July and necessary still here and leave he's correct. Sure. He was Hang on, guys. I keep getting a damn notification on a saying my mute is I'm unmuted, but no connection. My microphone has a wired connection to my computer. How is there no connection? OBS Streamlabs, you're such a troll. I tell you what. Anyways, Joe Ryan, first start, post deadline. Many people thought he'd be gone, but no, he's still with the Twins. And to be fair, he actually had a not so bad game. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs allowed, 1 walk, 4 Ks, 2.83 ERA. But Gavin, not a big rig though. Not too shabby. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 walks, 8 Ks, 3.33 ERA. Almost at average. Having that as an average is actually pretty damn good. But yeah, I mean, he shut him out. Shut him down. Not too shabby from my big rig. Right? In terms of scoring, the Guardians scored first. Jose with an RBI single, putting us up 1-0. Bottom second. The Guardians would add another run, courtesy of a Brayan Rocchio RBI single. He's actually starting to hit, which is amazing. I remember that dude was a time where he was like hitting under 200. He's got his average up to 218 now. I say, are we experiencing a summer of Rocchio? Well, we turn to July, and this dude remembers how to hit. Knowing who's coming up through the system, that being Travis Bazzana, I feel like Rocchio is kind of knowing his days could be numbered. Because Bazzana is raking in AA right now. If he gets to AAA by, say, September, he's setting himself up to be called up by, oh God, knowing the Guardians, I'll say, oh man, June of next year. At the absolute earliest, I think. Because you know how they are. I just need him to stay healthy. That's the one thing. Stay healthy, and I think he'll be in Cleveland, raking with the big league team by no later than September next year. We'll see what the Guardians do with it. But you know how they are with their prospects. They let them get overripe in the major, in the minors, and then by the time they come up, they get cold. So yeah, 2-0 bottom second, and it would be that way until the 7th, when Austin Martin ties the game because, of course, Hunter Gaddis thought he was Derek Jeter. If you don't know what I'm referring to, on a slow roller, back to home plate, back to the mound, thing didn't really go anywhere, really. In fact, MLB Game Day says the damn thing went 0 feet. Hunter Gaddis panicked, and he just threw it to first, which is what you should do it, but like, he didn't do it good enough. He kind of pushed it beyond the reach of Santana, and 2 runs scored, thus ruining the game for Mr. Zabrowski, too, because those runs went against him. But also Gavin, because he didn't get the win. Classic. And it would be 2-2 until the 10th. And I'll be real right here. I knew once the 9th inning was over, knowing who we had coming up in the 10th, that being the top of the order, with Rocchio on second, I knew they don't score here in the top of the 10th, we're walking these suckers off. And as you can guess, that's exactly what they did, because I streamed it. That was fun. Oh, that was fun. I had a whole lot of fun. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Kwan singled, moving the winning run to third. Fry struck out. Of course, they walked J Ram, leaving the bases juiced for Kyle Manzardo. All he had to do was get the ball in the air, and that's exactly what he did. He didn't even he hit it, sharp line drive to left field. Winning run comes across. Guardians win in another walk-off against the Twins. And yeah, it's what we've been doing all these years. Eat real quick after this, and then I'm going to be live for SummerSlam. Oh. Oh, yeah. I'm going to slam your summer. Oh. This will be the slammiest summer. I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm delusional. I'm delirious. Brain. So yeah, we take game 1. And everyone knows the most important thing to do is to take the first game of the series and set the tone, which is exactly what we did. So yeah, you take game 1, and going into the game last night, got a little bit of a different game from the offense, right? Tanner Bibee Mr. Blow any multi-run lead, right? He went up against the returning Bailey Ober, and the biggest news came late the night before as CJ Kafis was called up. Rumors had started to spread during the first game that he was getting called up. And it became official late the night before. And then, sure enough, he was in the lineup in right field last night. And he didn't have the greatest game. He went 0 for 4 with an RBI. Only struck out once, though. But alas, the Guardians would get on the board first again with an RBI from CJ Kafis, getting the first run on the board in the bottom of the second. And again, keep in mind, this was right after the Guardians did get a runner on in the bottom of the first on a double by Schneemann, then a walk by J-Ram, and that was it. So then bottom third comes up, Daniel Schneemann at the plate, and let's just say Bailey threw a pitch that Daniel was waiting for. And that had me going, damn, Daniel, back at it again with the home run. Yeah. 103 miles per hour, 384 feet. For the man of Schnee. His 10th homer of the year, and then another player with double-digit home runs this year. You love to see it. Love to see that out of Daniel. Damn, Daniel. I need to get that sound clip. Oh, wow, what happened? Oh, it's a fake account. I hate that. But yeah, I need to get the sound clip of damn Daniel. Oh, that'll be fun. Damn Daniel. Back at it again with the home run. Damn Daniel. Back at it again with the base hit. Or at worst, damn Daniel. Back at it again with the strikeout. But yeah, Daniel Schneemann, he's good. He's good. He's all right. I think he's actually earned a stay in Cleveland, believe it or not. That's what happens when you actually play him a lot. He plays almost every day. That's what happens. Ooh, 2-run shot for Matt Wallner. Tied the game up at 2. Trevor Larnach, RBI single in the 5th, 3-2. Royce Lewis again. RBI double made it 4-2. But of course, he's in a series against an AL Central team. Not a J-Ram homer, right? As he would tie the game with a 2-run shot on his jersey giveaway day. And as far as what Ober tried to get past him, this dude, this mother effer right here, tried to throw and sneak an 85-mile-per-hour slider down the damn middle of the plate. You've known by now. Ober's been in the majors long enough, and he's been with the Twins long enough to know Jose Ramirez and his tendencies. You never throw a pitch middle in to Jose Ramirez. Otherwise, home run pitch, baby. What these guys learn? Do they not learn? Preferably, I hope they never learn. I hope they never learn. Right? I hope they never learn. Because that means more homers, more home run pitches. So he tied the game up. And then Bo Naylor, who all of a sudden has discovered the ability to hit, RBI double gave us the lead again, 5-4, bottom 8. And because Cade Smith went 2 innings the night before, Hunter Gaddis, Mr. Wannabe Derek Jeter, went out there in the ninth. And, he's definitely not a closer by trade. But out of necessity, he went out there to close the game. And, he really wasn't horrible. He gave up a leadoff double to Edouard Julien. Should have been a triple, but he thought he hit it out. Too busy admiring. Honestly, on some teams, doing that would probably get you benched because that could have been a triple. But you know what? It wouldn't have mattered. You know why it wouldn't have mattered? Because after that, Gaddis struck out the next 3 batters. He locked in. He's like, all right, okay, that's how it's going to be. All right, we'll see how that goes. Okay. He got Keirsey to strike out on a foul bunt. Alan Roden came up, struck out, and he swung at a pitch that was in on his ankles, which is hilarious. And then Trevor Larnach came up, and again, they got him to bite on some bad pitches. Pretty good recovery by Hunter. I almost said Avon, the former catcher. But yeah, Hunter Gaddis, good recovery. Now, as far as how the starters went, of course, we all know Tanner. If I had $1 for every time that dude had a guy in an 0-2 or a 2 straight count and he didn't put him away, I'd have quite a lot of money. Happens every game. At least once or twice an inning. You have a dude down in the count, 0-2 or 1-2, and you'll lose him. 4 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks, and a homer for Bibee. 4.51 ERA. Not what you want. 4 runs, 1 walk, 4 Ks, 2 homers, 5.38 ERA. The win went to Nick Enright. He's 2-0 with a 2.11 ERA. Went to Nick Enright. He's 2-0 with a 2.11 ERA. So good stuff out of him. Pearson Ole, 0-2 with a 7.50 ERA. And Gaddis got his first career save with a 3.30 ERA. So Guardians take 2 out of 3 here and looking for the sweep today. 2 games above 500, feeling good. And then we got Cantillo versus Jose Urena on the mound. The Twins, of course, went with like a somewhat of a bullpen game, right? And yeah, the Guardians had some trouble to start. Joey Cantillo turned into Joey can't get an out. Ow. And J-Rod gives the Mariners the lead over DeGrom. Wow. J-Rod. Julio. This game kind of pissed me off, though. You'll see why in a minute. So Cantillo, to be fair, wasn't bad. But if you took away the first inning, he was phenomenal. 5 of the 6 hits he surrendered in the first inning. 5 2/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, all in the first. All the runs came in the first. 2 walks, 9 Ks, 4.37 ERA. He's not a bad pitcher. He's just not a starter on a good team. He's not. Jose Urena, back in the major leagues again. 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 3 Ks, 1 homer allowed. You can guess who hit the homer. 5.24 ERA. Down 4-0 before our bats can even get to the plate. The Guardians smacked them right back. As far as how the Twins scored, Wallner single, Royce double, Larnach single, 4-0. And it was 2-0. I'm thinking, okay, we can get out of this. And then Larnach singled, adding 2 more. Classic. And then, we smacked them right back. 2-run shot for J-Ram. And once again, Jose Urena tried to sneak a 97-mile-per-hour sinker. Same freaking location. Middle, damn near. Middle quadrant, just a little bit up. J-Ram smoked it. 105 miles per hour, 406 feet. Believe it or not, it would be 4-2 all the way until damn near the end of the game. Cody Clemens would get an RBI on a bunt after a leadoff triple against Jacob Junis, top of the eighth, 5-2. Because the Guardians never go quietly, they had to respond as they would get 2 runs from Brian Rocchio. 2-run single. After Nolan Jones drew a leadoff walk, the first leadoff batter all game to reach for the Guards. And then C.J. Kayfus, first major league hit, is a double. Second and third, nobody out. Rocchio pinch hits for Ena Martinez, brings home 2. And I'm thinking, okay, top of the order up, just a couple base hits, and I think we're good. No. And what is the most classic Guardians thing ever? The top of the order wilted away right as the bottom of the order started to contribute. You can't make it up. All game, top of the order was raking. In fact, of the 10 hits, 6 of those hits came from the top 5 in the lineup. O had 1, J-Ram had 2, Schneemann had 3. Even after that, you had Arias had 2 of his own. And then Kayfus gets a hit. Rocchio gets a hit. You're in great shape. And then what do we get from the top of the order? Us. Kwan, fly out. Blech. Schneemann hoops himself. And it all came down to J-Ram, who flies out, and that's the game. So the Twins win 5-4, of course. And yeah, Guardians are now 1 game over 500. In terms of how the starters went, Kentios, 5 2/3 again, like I said, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 9 Ks, 4.37 ERA. Not bad, especially after that first inning. He was good after that. Urena, 4 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 3 Ks, and a homer. Yep, classic. Classic. 5.24 ERA for him. Wynn went to Funderburk, 2-1, 6.52 ERA. Kentillo, 2-2, 4.37 ERA. And Ramirez got his first save. Erasmo Ramirez. Classic. So yeah, we take 2 out of 3. Well, now guess what? Now we head to Queens to face the New York Mets, who, well, let's just say they got some new toys from the trade deadline. Yep. And one of those is Cedric Mullins, who I actually wanted us to get before we went on that horrendous 10-game skid. I think the Guardians would have been bona fide buyers without that skid and without Clase being a dumbass. That's what he is. He's a dumbass. Like, how on earth are you're a millionaire? You're making money. Like, that's generational wealth for some families. You're good for life. He threw it all away for gambling. Classic. So, first game of the series, real quick. Slade. Slade versus the Mets. I'm pretty sure he's faced them before. He is. Oh, okay. So he was 4 2/3 innings, 4 2/3 innings back last year in June 1st. 5 hits, 1 run on a homer, 4 Ks. No decision. Sean Manaea versus the Guardians. Let's see how he did. All right. So yeah, Manaea 3-1 with a 2.94 ERA, 39 Ks and 6 appearances. The last time he played against us was 2023 again with the Giants. He took a loss. 5 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned run, 3 runs overall, 2 walks. Yeah. He also got beat up pretty good when he was with the A's. Most notably in 2021, 2/3 innings, got a start, 5 hits, 3 runs. Yikes. But got a no decision. Now, roster wise, against Slade, Cedric Mullins has a homer and 3 RBIs. And Mark Vientos has a homer and an RBI. And then against Manaea, Nolan Jones has an RBI. And that's it. Wow. That's crazy. So that's the first game. Game 2 will be Logan Allen against Clay Holmes. Now, obviously, Clay Holmes. Logan Allen versus Mets. Yeah. Clay Holmes was the former closer for the Met. The Yankees. Yeah, and the Pirates too. Mets got him and they turned him into a starter. By the way, Slade Cecconi, he's actually 5-4. Yeah, Slade is 5-4, 3.77 ERA, 63 Ks. Manaea, 1-1, 2.08 ERA, 22 strikeouts. And then you look at Mr. Where'd it go? Ah, here it is. Logan Allen, 7-9, 4.06 ERA, 81 Ks. Clay Holmes, 9-6, 3.45 ERA, 91 Ks. Against Logan, only Mullins and Soto have faced him. No homers or RBIs. And against Clay Holmes, same thing because he's only been a closer. J-Ram is 1-for-1 against him. And that's really it. We'll see how we do against him as a starter, though. Now, Sean Manaea is coming off a no decision against the Padres. 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 run, 4 Ks. Slade, back-to-back no decisions. Last one against Colorado. 7 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks. Even against Baltimore, 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 2 Ks. But he did get a win, of course, against the A's, where he went 8 1/3. So, give up 6 earned runs, but we still got the win. Manaea has only made 3 starts, and he's 1-1. Now we take a look at Clay Holmes against Logan Allen. Obviously, Logan Allen. Whoops. Oh, I need to do Logan T. Allen. Whoopsies. Hang on. There we go. Logan T. Allen has never faced him. I almost forgot there was 2. Classic. Now, Clay Holmes, on the other hand, he's 0-1 with a 4.05 ERA, 9 Ks, and three saves in 10 appearances. Last time he faced us back in August of last year with the Yankees. He's actually been really good as a closer, but obviously we've never faced him as a starter, so it'll be interesting to see how he does and how we adjust to him. Now, Clay is coming off a loss to San Diego, 3 2/3 innings, 8 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks. So that'll be fun. Anything else? No. Cool. And then to wrap it all up, series finale on the 6th. Guardians will have Gavin against Drew Peterson. And then, of course, they have an off day. And then they head to the south side to face the White Sox. So while I look at this, let's first take a look at Big Rig. Of course, we all saw what he did. See what Big Rig has done. He is 6-4, 3.33 ERA, 117 Ks. Drew Peterson, 7-4, 2.83 ERA, 105 Ks. We've never faced Peterson. And again, Mullins and Soto are the only two who have faced Williams. And of course, they're both 0-2 and 0-3, respectively. Now, of course, like I said, we've never faced Drew Peterson. I don't think. Yeah. Gavin is coming off again back-to-back no decisions against Kansas City and Minnesota. He's actually been really good. Yeah, 6 innings the last 2 games, apiece. 4 hits against the Twins, 2 walks, 8 Ks. His walks have gone down dramatically. Yep, he's at 117 Ks. And yeah, he's starting to lock in as a pitcher. I've always thought if he could just lock in and pitch like this consistently, he'd be good. Like, look what he did against the A's. We get a lot of that. Yeah, he'll be our ace for a while. He's quickly starting to climb up and probably pass Tanner Bibee for our ace status real soon, especially with Shane gone. This is his chance to reach up and take the ace status away from Tanner. No, I'm sorry, that's a Drew Peterson and David Peterson. I don't know where I got Drew from. Yeah, hang on. I said Drew. I meant David. I don't know where I got Drew from. But David Peterson, 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 4 Ks. No decision against the Giants. He did get a win over the Giants back in July, though. But overall, 7-4, 2.83 ERA, 105 Ks. And of course, this one was rather easy because we've never faced him. And as far as Gavin versus of course, the only 2 guys who have faced Gavin weren't even on the team last year. So yeah, he has never faced. So we got 2 pitchers who have never faced their opponent before. Ooh, that's always the fun one because neither team has seen these guys before. But Juan and Cedric are gonna relay what they know about Gavin, which they haven't been able to get to Gavin. So that'll be fun too. That'll be fun too. So that is pretty much going to wrap it up for this one. And like I said, I'll be live in about a half hour for SummerSlam Night 2. Should be fun. But yeah, so let's see what we got out of Gavin this time around. I would love to see Gavin shove against the Mets. That'd be great. That'd make me so happy. See Gavin shove. We need it. We need it bad. But yeah, guys, so I'm going to wrap this up and I'll see y'all in about a half hour. All right? Yeah. As bad as we were today, at least we weren't the Yankees. They got swept by the Marlins. Eesh. Talk about feeble. Talk about feeble, man. Yikes. Should be a fun night of wrestling, though. Justin Turner, walk-off homer. Oh. Oh. And Crawford just went yard off the ground. Tough. All right, guys. I will see y'all later. All right? Have a good rest of your day if I don't see you in the wrestling stream. That being said, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go, guards. And I'm out. Bye-bye. Yeah. Look, the series. Wanted to sweep. Didn't get it. Not really mad. Would have loved the sweep, though. Just like the Avatar, for those who know and remember, right? When we needed him most, the top of the order vanished. Hate to see that. Can't have that. If the top of the order raked like they were all game in that ninth inning, I'm talking about a sweep. 3 straight hits, 3